The diplomatic hall of the Galactic Council Station hummed with tension as representatives from 12 different species gathered for the emergency session. At the center of the controversy sat Maya Rodriguez, a human girl barely 18 standard. Years old, her dark eyes fixed on the ornate table before her. Around her, aliens whispered in various tongues about the Deathworlder, who had dared to speak against the hegemony's expansion protocols. The hegemony's chief negotiator, Ambassador, Vox of the Trill species, stood nearly 3 meters tall on his 4 crystalline legs. His iridescent carapace caught the station's artificial light as he gestured with elongated arms toward the human delegation. The Trills were known throughout the galaxy for their diplomatic prowess and physical intimidation tactics, a combination that had served them well in countless negotiations. The Terra system representatives continued to display their species' typical arrogance. Vox declared, his voice resonating through multiple frequency ranges that made most species uncomfortable. They believe their recent admission to the Council grants them equal standing with civilizations that have existed for millennia. Maya remained seated, her hands folded calmly in her lap. The other human diplomats, seasoned veterans of interstellar politics, shifted nervously in their chairs. They had warned her about Trill intimidation methods, but she had insisted on being part of this critical negotiation regarding mining rights in the Outer Rim territories. Furthermore, Vox continued, now directing his 4 multifaceted eyes toward Maya specifically, they send children to conduct adult business. This insults the dignity of this assembly. The Corvin representative, a reptilian being with scales, that shifted color with emotion, hissed softly in agreement. Several other delegates nodded their various appendages, creating a wave of disapproval that swept through the chamber. Maya finally looked up, meeting Vox's gaze without flinching. Ambassador Vox, I believe you're operating under several misconceptions. Speak quickly, Deathworlder, before I lose patience with your species' presumption, Vox replied, taking a step closer to the human delegation's table. First, Maya said, her voice steady and clear, age doesn't determine wisdom in human culture, any more than size determines strength. Second, we're not here to be intimidated into surrendering mining rights that legally belong to the Outer Rim colonies. Vox's carapace darkened a sign of anger among his species. Legal? Your kind has been spacefaring for less than 2 centuries. We have been harvesting those systems for over 5,000 years. Harvesting without proper territorial claims, according to current council law, Maya responded. Laws that your own species helped establish, I might add. The ambassadors. 4 legs clicked against the metallic floor as he approached Maya's position. Other delegates leaned back instinctively. Trills were notorious for their sudden shifts from diplomacy to violence. Their homeworld's extreme gravity had evolved them into incredibly dense, powerful beings capable of crushing most other species. With minimal effort. You dare lecture me on law? Vox loomed over Maya, who remained seated despite the obvious threat. Perhaps Deathworlders need a reminder of their place in this galaxy. Maya tilted her head slightly, studying the towering alien. Our place? You mean as equals in this council? Yes, I think we do need reminding specifically. You need reminding that we earned our seat here. Through violence and destruction. As expected from your kind, Vox snarled, leaning down until his mandibles were mere inches from Maya's face. Should I demonstrate why civilized species fear Deathworlders? The chamber fell silent. Even the atmospheric processors seemed to quiet, leaving only the sound of various beings breathing through different biological systems. Maya could feel the weight of dozens of eyes upon her, waiting to see if the human would finally show the fear that seemed so absent from her demeanor. Instead, she smiled. You know what's interesting about Deathworld's ambassador? Maya asked conversationally. They don't just breed tough predators. They breed survivors who know when to fight and when to wait. Are you threatening me, child? I'm explaining something important, Maya replied, still seated, still calm. See, you've spent this entire negotiation trying to intimidate not just me, but my entire species. You've used your size, your voice, your reputation. You've made assumptions about our capabilities based on fear rather than facts. Vox straightened slightly, uncertainty flickering across his features. The thing is, Maya continued, humans don't just survive on Deathworlds through aggression. We survive through adaptation, through learning, through understanding our environment and responding appropriately. She finally stood, rising to her full height, which barely reached Vox's midsection. The size difference was almost comical, yet somehow the balance of power in the room had shifted. Right now, my environment includes a bully who thinks his size grants him authority, Maya said. So let me demonstrate some Deathworlder adaptation. In one fluid motion, Maya's hand shot forward, striking a precise point on Vox's lower carapace. The ambassador stumbled backward, his forelegs tangling as he crashed into a ceremonial pillar with a resounding clang. The impact reverberated through the chamber as the 3-meter alien crumpled to the floor. Stunned and gasping, Maya resumed her seat as if nothing had happened. Pressure point, she explained to the shocked assembly. Turns out all that diplomatic research on Trill physiology included some interesting anatomical details. Who knew? The chamber erupted in various sounds of surprise, fear, and from few delegates, what might have been appreciation. Now, Maya said, addressing the room while Vox struggled to regain his footing. Shall we discuss those mining rights as equals? Or would anyone else like a demonstration of Deathworlder negotiation techniques? The subsequent talks proceeded with remarkable civility.